Hello guys, welcome to this, I guess, setup video really for Microsoft Flight Simulator for the Pimax 8Kx. It's not an easy process, so hopefully this video will be of some use to you, and please let me know how you get on. So really, the issue with the Pimax 8Kx is actually not with Pimax itself, but with the Sobo and its sort of lack of compatibility for wider field of view headsets. So you're going to have to put parallel projection on in your Pi tool. That's something that's going to sap performance, but you need it on, otherwise you're going to get some awful sort of pixelated weirdness on your left and right vision. It's called something like frustum culling. I have no idea what it's called, whatever. But anyway, that's what it's called. I'll put it on the screen now what the actual name of it is. But yeah, you don't want that. It's going to be awful. It's going to wreck your experience. So make sure that you have parallel projection mode on. Also make sure you have smart smoothing off. You're not going to be able to reach 45 frames per second really, to be honest, in this sim with the 8Kx. So you might as well just switch it off and have motion reprojection disabled. If you get it running for about 30-35 frames per second, which is what I'm aiming for and what I'm getting now, it's actually really smooth and you don't really need motion reprojection anyway. So make sure that's off as well. I'd recommend having your mask setting there on the Pi tool. Make sure that is set to on. I do think that helps with the performance of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It can affect other titles and create some weirdness, but for this particular sim, it actually is very good. So have those settings on. Also recommend that you keep your sort of Steam VR settings at 70% in your custom render scale slider, which you need to make sure that you set there, and also your global resolution, set that to 100, a bit like what I do with the Revo G2. So your OpenXR settings would be 100%, sorry, 70% in OpenXR and 100% in the sim. My render scale settings are, in fact, actually my entire settings for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've tweaked a little bit. I've knocked down a couple of them from ultra to medium, simply because the 8Kx needs that little bit more juice. So these are my settings for the sim. That's the first page, and then we have the second page. So you can see that I've backed them off a little bit. But one thing I love about Microsoft Flight Simulator is that you can adjust the settings according to your headset, and they don't have a massive impact on your performance. It's not too bad. So pretty much that is what I've decided to do. But the really crucial thing here, and this is something that you're going to hate actually, probably, but sorry, this is what I find works really well, is your field of view. Change it to small. Now I know the whole point of having a Pimax 8Kx is that you enjoy that wide field of view. You can't do that right now in Microsoft Flight Simulator because you're going to get issues with distortions and sort of like the weird kind of black curtain effect. But even so, if you put your field of view setting to small, you're getting about 125, 130 degrees field of view. That's true as well. And it's absolutely massive still compared to the likes of the Reverb. It's absolutely huge, honestly. When I've actually been flying back to back today with the Reverb and the Pimax, and the difference is like looking through a pair of like binoculars to like literally having a huge, like, I guess like having a motorcycle helmet on. I guess I can, yeah, that's the one way of describing it. But not only that, the sweet spot in the 8Kx is so much better than the Reverb G2, without a doubt. I actually prefer the Revo G2 for this sim, and that video is coming soon, but to be honest, it's quite difficult and it's not an easy decision to make, because I think a lot of people out there will prefer the 8Kx even in this sim once you get it fixed up and running. So the only last thing that I would recommend is setting your fixed foveated rendering, because this headset has that feature because it's amazing. Set that to balanced. I mean, have a play around, but I find setting it to balance really helps as well. I'm not sure if it's a placebo effect or not, can't say for certain, but it seems to help with my setup. So really guys, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible to get you up and running without any fluff, any rambling. That is what I'm using. That is what works for me. I'm getting a really nice frame rate now in the Pimax 8Kx. I've been testing this. What you've just seen is literally hours and hours of tearing my hair out. I hope that works for you. And please do let me know. By the way, also, If you notice in my Steam VR settings, I've actually got motion projection or motion smoothing on, forced on. That is what they call motion vector, and actually by forcing it on kind of sort of smooths out some of the stuttering I've noticed as well. It's all work in progress, guys. I'm actually running an old driver. My NVIDIA driver is the 457-30 driver. It works really well with the 90 Hz refresh rate of the Pimax 8Kx as well. So I'm back using that old dog, and to be honest, it works brilliantly with this headset. So if you're new to Pimax and you're tearing your hair out, or if you're an old dog, and please let me know if you've got any tricks yourself that might work. Yeah, let me know in the comments, and hopefully that'll work for you. I'm going to continue with my Norway tour. I bid you a very nice weekend. Just to let you know, actually, because I need to remember this before I forget, that Pimax is running a 15% off a 8Kx or any of their Pimax range. With my discount code VRSimGuy, you're going to get a pretty decent deal off a brand spanking new Pimax. So yeah, I'll see you again very soon, guys, and take care. Bye for now.